Ladies and gentlemen, fellow citizens, thank you very much for coming. I'll be the first speaker tonight, followed by your favorite West Coast GRC candidates. Okay, before I begin, can I have an indication that all you are from West Coast? Whoa. Can you turn to your neighbor and say, I'm a West Coaster? And also, can you turn to your neighbor and say, we're here to make a change? Well, believe me or not, this is my second time talking such large crowd. I normally do small forum and boardrooms only. Minions like us, mouse, we are yellow mouse, they are white mouse also. Okay, we at Reform Party, we have our own manifesto and a social agreement with you, a social contract, which I will spell out very soon. But first, before I begin, I would like to continue our National Day and talk and celebrate our Golden Jubilee, SG50. And fellow Singaporeans and electorates, and do you know what Golden Jubilee means? What it really means? From the old ancient days to, it has a meaning. It is a time for payback. It is a time where the people of the land, the inhabitants of Singapore, are restored what is duly theirs. And even if they are not landowners, they are given back the land. That is the ancient celebration of jubilation. So I don't know whether you would agree to such SG50. Maybe a few $100s to you. Is that Golden Jubilee to you? No. Not at all. Good answer. Very good answer. You don't have to be a supporter to answer that. It's a time where the rules of the land began to share the fruits of the motherland. Any motherland.com, by the way, .sg here. Motherland. Hello, Motherland. Motherland has a very interesting article about who's who if the opposition is voted into the parliament. It's a moniker. It's some kind of a spitting image of the men in whites, the ministers. It was very funny, I think they put Chen Xiaomao as the Minister of Law or something like that. It was very funny. But running Singapore is not a funny matter in our motherland. Because what motherland.sg has portrayed and jokingly portrayed, and we make it a joke out of that right now, is to actually mirror what PAP has been doing. Making fun of us. Making fun of themselves. It is a mirror. Because for the last 50 years or less, our lives has been screwed. The dagger goes into us bit by bit, and you didn't even know. Am I right to say that? The fruits of the motherland, we're still waiting. Do you believe it has been shared to you? Now, Golden Jubilee is a good time for all prices. Everything credit in the old days given back to you. Give you back 10%, 20% of the land takings. That's Golden Jubilee. Not some fly pass and upgrade that pays themselves. And nothing for us. Maybe a little bit of a few $100s for minions like us. So that aside, let me talk about land costs and HDB, which is my message into the Golden Jubilee. Now, HDB price has been very steep for the youth, young married, for too long. And it escalated recently from 2007 onward, or maybe before that. I can remember the first flat that was shared or sold. I met a customer in the bank one day, and she told me, I bought my house for 16,000 only. I nearly dropped on my chair. You know, I think they're pioneers now. Okay, let's not compare. Let's compare index and CPF and all that, and inflation rate. Okay, let me go back again to HDB price. It's been too steep for too long. 85% of Singaporeans live in flats built by the government, HDB. In this case, HDB is supposed to be a low cost, and Singaporeans were supposed to be able to own it, buy it, not take too long a mortgage over 30 years like now. It's called entrapment. So, what happened after that? Land costs start to be imputed, calculated into the HDB. And at that point in time, I think there are some Singaporeans got kaupe kabu. They did cry out, "Dad, Mom, what's happening?" It's only a little bit. So inch by inch, the dagger goes in, the price went up. Now, what's wrong with that? I can tell you, as an economist, a HDB assets is a public good. Any economists here, do you know what's a public good? Where the exclusion principle cannot be. You cannot charge public good at exorbitant rate. Price plus 1-2%, public finance rule, rate of return after calculating the materials, that's okay. But to use high price and take all your CPF ordinary account, which is your savings, and no wonder we are not able to have enough for retirement, because a lot of money goes into HDB, right, Uncle? Huh? You and me, we are PMET, we went through it. So what are we going to do? What they did was ask you to sign 20 years, 30 years mortgage lease and pack it to a SIBOR rate, which I explained yesterday. SIBOR should be intervened by the government, just like MAS intervened the Singapore dollar. They should help us lower the cost as much as they can, because the price is already so high. It's already built in. Inflation is already built in, no? So that's our social agreement. We are screwed now. What happened? What shall we do? They regulate the price. HDB is the price. Prices are supposed to be cheap. That's the whole idea and point of mass production. Cheap. And then fabricated like Lego. Even cheaper. And yet the price keeps going up. Low income, middle income. I do a walkabout where I came from in Ang Mo Kio, and I was asking Siva, why are the houses, beautiful houses in Chengshan, they're very dark inside. Oh, they're trying to save some electricity. What? Live in such a nice house but cannot on the TV? Except for the TV, they cannot switch on. They dare not switch on the electricity. That's how expensive Singapore has become. They're so frugal. Some of them are even eating instant noodles to get by. I hope your children don't. And all the ama akong, they start picking up things from the trash can, looking for Oscar award, Oscar the trash man, Oscar the Sesame Street cash man. Yeah, it's a form of exercise, yeah. Thanks for reminding me for that. It's a form of exercise. I followed my friend Gilbert, I think he's going to be here in a while. And, I wanted to cry, but I told myself, no, I shall not cry like the man in white. I grit my teeth. I'm very angry. I feel for them. I say, well, I will cry when we win and we get into the parliament. We have time to cry. So we need you to do that. Our salaries and our home prices are intertwined. So that's why I bring this topic up. HDB prices is going faster than our payday, our actual pay every month. We hope that HDB will take cue from us. And after this election, whether we win or not, it doesn't matter. We want them to reduce the HDB price. How do we do so? They have few options, because they say you can't roll back what you sell people. At the Golden Jubilee, maybe do some credit into the mortgage that we took from the bank to help us alleviate this monthly frugal cost problem. That's one way. Because the money they earn, 100% or 1,000% that they took from us, adding the land cost, goes into where? Public finance or don't know where. And then it pays the minister. Right, we know the difficulty of unrolling back, but we can do it. There is ways. So if you vote me in, if you vote us in, there are ways that we know how to do so. That is why 30 years ago I decided to go to a foreign land and learn economics. They are not taught the way we are taught here, where the professors sit down and interview you and talk to you and tutelate you, guide you. So, from 20,000 in 1970, the HDB price, it's become 241,000 in 2007. And back in 1970, it's 2.8 times your salary. Now it's 4.1 times, right, per annum. So that's a lot. That's how we play with index. So we know that HDB has gone faster than your salary, so that you can take a loan and trap yourself into it. So I shall not dwell too long into it. So, what are we going to do? Our government has to take care of us and give us a stipulated agreement to have a roof over our head, whether we have enough money to pay or not. We need to design something for them to fix, to reduce our mortgage that we took before. We need some kind of rollback plan, so that the next generation who buy the new flat at lower price will not be hurt when we sell the price. Am I right? When we sell. But what I'm trying to say is take some CPF that we pay to HDB back to us. Put it back to the OA account. I thought about that for a long time. I have the similar plans for COE too, for those who cannot afford a car, for first-time owners. I have some plan. But I don't have time to go too long. I only have 10 minutes. So, am I okay? I forgot to take out. Okay, so 90% who are debt-ridden due to home ownership, we need to have a social safety net. Okay, so that's why we are proposing that once the HDB put money back to us, that's my own manifesto, my own initiative, we shall return all CPF at 55 years old back to you. Is that big deal or what? No, I don't think so. It's normal. That was what I worked for when I started working in 1980, as a cook. I remember, wow, 55 years old is very long, but never mind, I'll reach there. And then when I reached 20-something, they say 55, no longer there. It's, it's locked in. Some of them are taken out to the MediSave and retirement. So I say, wow, it's a moving target. It's like, I used to play football under Chu Seng Kui, in the Para Park. And I Lions City Cup, I was a football player. It's like hitting the ball, but the goalpost always shifting, You can never score. So, we also want to introduce, for those who own HDB and they are eating Maggi noodles and all that, my children including, I'm not too proud to say that, we are proposing $300 to child benefit under 18 years old. Each child in a family to have $300 given to the family. And it's all in the leaflets that you have in your hand. If you don't have it, maybe you can pick it up from the table later. And for those who missed the boat on CPF, 65 years and above, we are proposing that $500 as some form of a very minimal, sorry, paise, $500 only. But I know PAP still think that's a lot of money. Over 65 years old. And yesterday I spoke about minimum wage for those who earn about 1,250 and below. In world standard, that's absolutely poverty. Absolute. Even though they have computer, that's calculated as a poverty line white goods material, which we don't have a poverty line here. Which I studied a bit of that and I know what it is. I've actually been visiting homes. And for those who are earning 2003 or below, 2002 maybe, that is called relative poverty, you know. So if you have brothers who have earning 2002, please don't say he's rich. He's got a lot of bills to pay. That's relative. Under Hong Kong, we are second, I think. Yeah. So we need to rethink economic policies. We need to rethink how we treat our citizens. We need to also take care of small businesses. I have planned for that, but due to time constraint, I don't have much time to say. In short, we are going to cap some foreign workers coming here and get social contract going between us and you for you to be employed. Because to employ a foreign worker, you have to pay $1,000 levy. Why not give it to Singaporean, right? You all think about it, right? I read so much. And we also have a stake in GIC and Temasek. Isn't that great? Billions. 40 billion here, 20 billion loss, add up to about 100 billion losses. And motherland.sg make fun of us, and they say that, you know, that's what I mean. We are not bad. We learn. The man in white lost money for us. Motherland, if you're here, please listen. We are responsible people of the coalition opposition party. We will not, after suffering with you, we will not squander all the monies away. You know, that's the thing. We are not game show hosts. We are not radio DJ. We are not a doctor that fix your ulcer in the ass. We are not taxi man association kind of guy that is a yes man to the government. We call it tripartite. Well, we study that. My professor says it's a very funny system you have there. We are social activists, businessmen, RC managers. Siva, who is going to speak next, is a RC managers. We are here to address and reverse the bad experience for the last 50 years or less. I've waited 20, 30 years. I thought, you know, PAP cannot be so dumb, right? They can't shoot themselves in the foot. They'll be better and better. I was wrong. So, if you're going to put the cross on the land where they call unicorn, they say we are special. Prime Minister say we are unicorn country, we are special. Then I say, good luck to you. Your money is not going to be back to you. Forget about it. You know, forget about it. They're not going to change for the last 30 years. I don't think they're going to change ever during my lifetime. My family, you know, they're going to get their most favored people to be in office, which is why you and I are looking for jobs, which they contract out 1 year, 2 years to foreigners. There are no more permanent jobs, all contract. So we have a big government, but we have no jobs. It's funny. Okay, I'm asked to cut it short. Just in short, before I go, election is not about political fate of any PAP party or vis-a-vis opposition party. Election is not about how much the government can dish out to upgrade your towns and give you GSTV for the poor, the voucher. It's not about the sound of fury and one-upmanship, fix the opposition, say bad things to each other, in the press. No, it's not about that. I don't think I like that. Been on the receiving end by motherland, The election is going to be a very historical one. Whether you like it or not, it's the first time where all the wards are contested. So we need your help. We need your service. For those who don't go to army, this is your national service. PAP has run out of national solutions, which is why they are reduced to seeing themselves as town council managers now. They keep talking about town council. What? They are bankrupt of ideas, and they need us. You need us. You need a coalition. So, thank you very much. I'm being called to the backstage, and thank you for letting me speak for you. Thank you. So remember, you can make a change tomorrow for a brighter future. Today, vote for a Reform Party. Thank you.